Okay, are back.
Yeah, little glitch. No. But I remember where we was at. Yeah, so the name Shank was inherited in my younger days, just me growing my nails real long and always scratching my homies up and stuff like that. And I kinda got it from when I went to Conwell, and then I kinda brought that name back, and then when I decided to start taking rap serious like that, then that was the name that, just kinda stuck.
Right. What's your biggest achievement so far? Because I know you was on a come up show. You've been doing a lot. You
I
influenced a lot of
mean,
people. Like, what's your biggest achievement?
my biggest achievement, it probably because all those things are good, but just being able to be compensated for my work in art and being able to feed my family off what I do,
The
you know.
money.
So it's like it's not necessarily like just the money because all money isn't good, but just me knowing that my hard work is paying off,
Mhm.
where I can be compensated, where I can do things to So that's what I'm most grateful for, But like just everything else is just like I'm just in a blur because it's like I'm a fan of Cosmic Kev, but like and guys that I did songs with, Gilly and Beanie and the 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 major figures of the world and the state property guys. It's too many people to name. So
What
I
was
didn't
it like
do.
here, like for the first time? Because I know you watch it on TV or you hear it on
I
the radio. You
I
like,
mean I knew the pressure was on, but it was like I just felt like it was my time. So it's like let me go up here and deliver. Let me get this done.
was
Like
you
it's a little bit, but not really more so going there. But when I got there, because the Kev was like, "What beat do you want?" Right. So I
right
was
from the
like,
gate?
"No, this was before I even went." Like when he called me up about it and everything, he was like, "Yeah, how long you think you gonna rap for?" I was like, "Give him like 10 minutes, real quick." You know what I mean? Because he kind of caught me off guard, and at that in this
Bet.
yeah, but it's a difference between like having like those type of raps that's for the come up show type texture versus like me being in song mode and trying to fit cadences on beats that's
Mhm.
specific to certain instrumentation. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
it's like in the space that I'm in now when I'm doing songs and everything like that, it's not like just random verses that I'm just pacing on the beat. Like I'm tapped in with the instruments. I'm creating based upon how these beats are. So going up there, it's not like I had a lot of like a wide arsenal of just regular raps that could just transition from any beat or whatever like that. So
Right.
when he asked me, I told him a specific beat, and then that's what I was preparing for. And
Mhm.
something in his mind said, you know what? Let me shake things up. And he
Oh,
started switching the beat up and everything like that. And me, I was getting through it and everything like that. But that's when I felt the pressure. I was like, yeah, this ain't a game. I'm really far removed from this time when I used to just write those type of raps. Like I'm so much of an artist now. It's like everything that I do has a destination. I'm not just sitting back just scribbling rhymes just for the, real freestyles. These are fee styles. If I'm doing
freestyle.
it, I'm trying to insinuate a fee from it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm catering them to songs and trying to put these songs on platforms and doing specific things where these verses have specific destinations versus like me just, hey, spit a verse and then I'm just giving you something like catered to a specific concept and anything like that. Like, so I'm not in my freestyle bag like that. So once I start going and he starts switching things up, it kind of took me back to how we used to give it up. But I adjusted, of course, but I
Right.
knew that wasn't sweet. So I was like, next time I go up there, I see how he playing. So I'm gonna make sure I have an
That's
arsenal of
cool.
these. Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure I have specific raps that's come up show ready type joints,
Come up
and
so
that way,
ready.
like I got them to the side. It ain't like I'm pulling that from a song that I did where I'm bouncing on the beat this way, and then I'm,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Because then
Right.
once you throw in another beat, it still gotta fit that. It gotta be thorough. You don't want to be just forcing a verse
True.
on a beat.
True.
So,
I get
but it was a good experience just to answer the question.
was that the most memorable or it was something else?
What
The
just for
come up.
me like
No, just your biggest achievement.
being me doing songs with certain people whatever like because like I said like I'm a student of the game, so it's like I'm fans of everybody. Most memorable, I mean, it's all kind of even to me because it's like it's not like everything like kind of like, transition to make sense for the next move. But it's not like I still feel like I got a lot of work to do to get to where I really want to be. So it's like right now I'm just in the blur. It's like I appreciate and cherish everything, but I'm still trying to accomplish other things. I'm still trying to meet other people that's going to get me in bigger and better situations. So I mean, anybody. I mean, it all depends because anybody that's honorable. Because it's crazy. I did a song called Tears, and it's really based off like it's about perception and everything, and being disappointed once you find out the reality of the perception and everything like that, things and people aren't always what they seem. So, it's hard to really like, because, if you asked me this like 5 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, what if Diddy was, if Diddy was at your door right now, would you be ready? I would be using him as like an example. But with things that's going on now, it's like, I don't even know if these people are the people that even, this is my son.
Oh, that's
I mean, hold on. Yeah, I'm just letting him know. I'm in the interview. Just letting you know. I hit you right back. You good? All right, love you. Oh, wow, you found your joint? All right, I'm gonna tap in with you after I'm done. Love you.
listen. I
See,
respect
he
it.
about to go get him a car. You know what I mean?
I respect the hustle as a parent. You gotta like listen when your kids call. It's like
Yeah, I'm
jump
happy
in.
for him, man. I'm happy for him. He's one
Right.
of those that's on the straight and narrow. Like I'm really proud of. I mean, even though he had like some of the easiest high school years I ever seen in life, because when COVID hit, everything was stay at home digital. Like he ain't
No,
never
it
have
was
to go.
hard.
Not for him.
And for
And
the
getting out
parents
of
that
high
was
school, he
hard.
did like one physical year in high school, and then that was it.
It
It
was
was like
so
he
you got
don't
a
know the
boy, right?
pain of
You
yeah.
got a boy.
Yep,
Okay.
4 children.
Boy, girl.
I got 2 boys, 2 girls.
Okay. You don't have any.
I think I'm done
You think I'm done?
because I
You're
don't want to
done.
be like a old dad with a wide margin of years. I'm trying to keep up and shit, and then
And you just getting your rhythm too. You like, yeah, I'm just, you know.
right.
Right.
So
What do they think of you doing all the battles and stuff and people angry and being mad at you, talking about killing and this and that? What do they
no,
think
they
of that?
don't. I mean, I think they understand that it's entertainment, especially my older children, my younger kids. Well, my baby, she don't really understand what's going on
Right.
too much yet. But my son, he's 6, so he just excited to see me on TV. Dad, I watched your video. Dad, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? He don't really understand what it amount to. He just know that I gotta be places and stuff like that. But my oldest
Gotta
son
go.
and my daughter, they be with me at certain occasions when
Really?
necessary,
Do
at
they
the
say
studio.
have they ever anybody ever said anything about your
What,
kid?
like in battle rap?
Yeah.
I mean, not directly, like in your son, this person, like it'll probably be like, catch your kids coming out I mean, just
Ah,
general hypothetical type stuff. Like
right.
that's okay, that's valid.
That's
I mean,
valid.
even I crossed the line and brought kids into play
Mhm.
because at that point I didn't really understand, like with the way I was looking at battle rap, I didn't think what I did was
What's wrong?
yeah, I mean, not really wrong, but just like would be frowned upon like that based on everything else I seen. I
Mhm.
wasn't really thinking about the honor in it and the future in it and the
Right.
child growing up. I
Because you
wasn't,
in the
yeah, I was in
circle.
tunnel vision and we
Right.
just thinking about beating the opponent. And then at that point, it's like he had like 300 something battles. So he done battled everybody. It's like, what is there to say to him? A lot of that came into play. And then the paperwork that was sent to me, we
Y'all got
still,
people.
yeah, it was sent to me. Some person sent me some random stuff or whatever the case may be, trying to sabotage him. I
Right.
went for the okey doke. I mean, I don't know
Oh,
if it
so
was
you
an
hit
okey
you
doke or
hit a
not.
Drake?
I don't. It was just set up
You
right.
hit the Kendrick
Everything,
Lamar.
everything. It convinced me. It was enough to convince me.
And you did it anyway.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I didn't just do it just impulsively. Like I asked a couple people, it was like 50-50. Yo, what you think about this? If I do this, yo, that'd be crazy. Yo, da 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 da. And then
That's what
other,
I want. Like, how much, like, when people send you stuff, how far does it go? Like, do you ever get something and be like, nah, that's too far? You know what
well,
I mean?
the way I see, that was the only time that somebody that I would even allow that to happen. So if somebody did try to send me something after that, I didn't get it. So I didn't really, you know what I mean? After that, it was like I had to, remind myself who I was. Like, you know what? I don't even need this to beat these guys.
Oh,
Like,
you don't
I'm
take
tripping.
no part from
No,
battle rap.
I ain't with that no more
Okay.
because you don't really know,
How accurate it
yeah,
is.
how accurate it is. Then you don't know who it affects. So it's like going back to the battle when I did that. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't thinking about the other guy that was allegedly in it and what his family situation is. Like I'm,
Right.
what I'm saying? It's all hitting me all at once. Like, God damn, I ain't even, you know what I mean? I'm just
You're
battle
right.
rapping. I done seen people get shoulder bumped and punched and, slammed practically and
So you got pushed in the
oh
whole
yeah,
battle.
with the girl, yeah,
You that really well.
I mean, well, what I'm gonna do?
But I
Yeah.
know that, you know what I'm saying? It,
No, it's a show, but that's what I'm saying is
but you still did with good sportsmanship. Even like when she, was trying to get herself together, you was like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let her do it. Like I'm gonna
yeah, I
just
was
let her.
trying to get it
You would
together.
you let her be you most people would have been like, fuck that, look at her, look at her,
Yeah, but that could ruin the battle too. That don't
True.
insinuate the playback value. See, if she would have got through it and it would have been cleaner, it probably would have more views,
Right.
which brings gives me more equity to have leverage to negotiate things in the future for myself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But because she messed it up and everything, it's like they
You
look at it
still was
once and then
good
yeah, it was
with it.
good, but it
You
really
talked
wasn't
like
because we cool. I don't have no beef with her in real life.
that's
So it's like this is a show. We acting. She's supposed to get up there and we supposed to be combating.
did you know that Miss Hustle came like she didn't come here, but she was the first female um battle rapper on Airitoutradio that was big because she had
No,
just won
didn't
Smack
know
Your
that.
L. Yeah, she was big at that time. She had won her
Yeah,
big
hustle been
1 month.
grinding though. She got
Yeah,
a lot of years in and everything. So that was a good accomplished battle. I was
yeah.
happy to get that battle. I
I
mean, it just came out of nowhere, and then we got a mutual person between us that we close to. So
is that
you
hard
know,
like battling somebody you friends with?
I mean, me and her don't have the type of relationship where we kicking in and we out and everything, but like I just know that we're cool, like as far as, us being in the same workspace and then we have a person between us that we're both cool with. But
Right,
she's not particularly like my homie,
right.
but
But it's all cool.
she's cool, yeah,
Right.
so
Do you battle any? Have you battled any of your friends yet?
no.
Is there a point in time where you say no, I'm not battling whoever? Like, have you ever turned any battles down?
I mean, I turned battles down, but it wasn't based upon. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because I was just asked about a battle with somebody that I'm close with, and I was just talking to this person about it, but it was like, nah, it ain't a
No,
amount of money that make me do it.
nope.
For the fashion that I know they gonna want it because it's like you got to put yourself in that mode to really
Exactly.
like trash your opponent. And then when you build rapport with not just these people, but then they families and things like that, and then you have to put yourself in that space to really like bash. You start thinking. I know a person like me. I start thinking about everybody and everything else, and maybe that's credited to the Dre Dennis
You're
battle.
too
And
nice. Trying to
I
do
mean,
that. Like,
I'm just
you're supposed to
trying
go
to
in
keep it
for
thorough.
everybody.
I mean, I'm here to restore the thorough of it
The
because
thoroughness.
it could tend to be a little cheesy and
Easy.
corny and people doing weird reachy shit. So it's like
Right.
I'm here to just show people you can still be entertaining and still be real and true to yourself and you don't have to compromise and do unhonorable shit.
Right.
And you could still be a high paid performer.
What's the difference between the old era and the new era of battling?
The old era it was more like you show up with the rhymes that you had. You probably know these rhymes. You probably spit these rhymes over and over again. So all your homies know your rhymes, and then you basically just combating
The
with the
home,
arsenal, huh?
the home
Yeah, like I'm basically talking about like
in general.
the old days. Like, so I'm talking about the old school way versus the new school way, right? So it's
Hmm.
like when we battled before, it would be just like who got the most raps. Your man hotter than my man. All right, well, let's see. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? And then you go with what you got. Yeah, whatever you written, you're not writing for that person.
Right.
Now it's like it's money in it, and because it's money in it, it got to be more controlled and, it got to be more commercialized to protect the investment. It
Hmm.
can't just be guns blazing and anything can happen, you know what I'm saying? Because it's money and like
Yeah.
internet now, you can make money through the pay-per-views and everything like that. So
Yeah.
now you want to you want to save the quality of the battle by giving the battlers a grace period of time to prepare, so
Mm,
they're not just showing up just doing whatever or just spitting any old verse or whatever. You know, you want to make it more entertaining, more direct, and
right.
you want to make sure that they know they stuff. But some battlers still show up and they take that for granted. They still show up and mess up and be slipping and fumbling and
Not to be nervous.
yeah, that takes a
Yeah.
play, but that's what separates the stars from, the
What's
people that's trying to.
your thing that you like, a routine or ritual that you have to do before the show?
I'm not like everybody else. My confidence is through the roof. That could sound arrogant to me, but it's like, yo, I'm really,
You don't do all
when I
that.
show up to the battle, before we even go in the battle, it's like all the battlers are outside going through their rounds. You see them in their corner going through it. My shit be locked in. You never, nobody could ever say they seen me doing that.
Yeah, because you said you don't write anything down, everything's in
No,
your head.
I don't write it down.
Like that's
But
crazy.
even with it, I mean, that's just my form of like just, coming up with this shit and remembering it. But like, just because I don't write it, you still got to have it down pat. I'm still rehearsing it. Just because it's not on paper
You
don't
call
mean,
it conversation.
yeah, it's like that's my style. I be talking to him. It's like, or stand up comedy, like whatever bag I
Okay.
decide to get in. It's like sometimes I just make a bid out of it. Sometimes I'm saying real intellectual shit you need to know. So it's like
Mm.
I just kind of flip the word. You know what I mean?
Nah,
But it fits my aura. It
it-
fits who I am.
what do you
Cause
think about kid rap battles?
like children, I
Because
mean,
they got all this aggression. They run around here doing crazy stuff in the city. Why not? Why not put that in a cage?
it could be done, but it's all about how entertaining would it be because with battle rap, it being the highest form of lyricism, it's a certain level of intellect that's just like a criteria for this that's going to
Right.
make you like, engaged. Because
Right.
it's like you're gonna want to hear you be the most creative, and sometimes that takes a lot of brain power. And the younger you are, it's like the older you are
They
in battle
smart too.
rap. No, they are smart. I'm not taking nothing
No, and
away.
they got a lot going on, talking a lot of
But
shit
they
too.
smart in certain areas.
True.
So
Mhm.
it's like the things that we possess that make me good, today's time when like I actually
Right.
read books and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now my kids listen to books.
Mhm.
It's different. You know what I'm saying?
True.
They're not reading word for word and everything like that. They're not looking at words within words and like, oh, transformation. So I could take that and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then make two, three other words out of that. And, I mean, it's not the same
It's not the
gauge.
same.
Everything is super fast and
Yeah,
a cheat code. And how do you make this? You just go on YouTube. This how you make big
that's true.
macaroni and cheese
Everything
and
is
shit.
right
You don't
there.
need no cookbook no more. You just go look at the tutorial and shit. Add 2 cups of
That's
water.
me. That's
You don't even know that.
me.
Kids don't even know that LB means pound and shit.
No. How do you turn it off and on? Like when you coming into a battle, like how do you gotta just get back? Like how do you
I
turn it
just try
off
to
and on
keep it on all the time.
all the time?
Like as far as my creative juices and everything, or just
Mhm.
like my performance, like you know how Beyonce step into her Sasha Fierce,
Right.
like so to speak. Like when I get in my Rain Man like that, what I mean,
Do you got a name for him?
it's just tunnel vision for me. I'm just prepared and professional. So it's like I don't take I'm coming into this shit serious. I know you can't play around. There's too many people in this shit and too many other people getting looked at and everything. So in order for us to break through that, you can't be half stepping and lacking and everything like that. So I know what I'm doing it for. I'm not in it for the validation. I hope Murder Mook like my shit. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it to feed my family off it. So in order for me to do that, I gotta perform my job well.
Right.
You
Has
know,
anybody came in a room where you got nervous and was like, yo, such and such in the building? Oh,
not in battle rap,
no.
not in battle rap,
And
because I'm already immune to the stardom being just in my music endeavors. Me being in certain rooms and studio sessions, and then you hearing the others, no, young boy got over. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I'm already solidified as just like a lyricist.
when did you know you was solidified? What battle?
It's not even about. I knew I was solidified before battle rap. Yeah,
Okay.
like when I was doing, cover joints for you, air it out theme songs and things like that. Like all that
In Aaron already. Do you have a favorite moment? Do you remember anything like
DJ Envy,
DJ Envy?
that was a good
Oh,
experience.
that's right. Here.
Yeah, you hooked us up. You
Yeah.
blessed us for that. I wasn't at the joint with Mame Cuz jumped off the stage and everything
Yeah,
like
you
that.
just
That
said
was your man. I was sitting back looking at that like I should have been there.
no,
That
it was
just looked lit.
he
He
really
thought he really felt like it was mosh pit time. Like let's just
they wasn't gonna he even told me, he said, I know these niggas ain't gonna catch me.
that's hilarious.
He like
So why would he do that? Why would he risk his whole like everything? Like, dog, that was a great leap. The leap was A1. Like you would have thought it's like he did that like it was
like he's not small.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He knew. He was like, I just had to take the chance.
No, DJ, yeah. I mean, like we got a lot of experience. Some things I done forgot about so many years we've been dealing with each other, but
19.
like
19 years.
exactly.
I've been in radio 19 years. That's how long I've known you because you was with
Right.
me when I first started.
Doing phone on the
On
phone
the phone,
joints and shit. Like, yeah.
canceled. They actually stopped their whole thing this year. It's sad.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
So
Yeah,
like
19,
revamping
man. You
everything.
just making me reminding me that I'm old. Like, god damn, 19. So you say, like, is it anybody that make me like, no, like battle rap, a lot of these guys that are like the great ones are like kind of like my peers.
Mhm.
Like the Murder Mooks and the guys like that. I'm just new on the battle rap scene for how battle rap is today. So I
Right.
wouldn't seem equivalent to their stardom in this. But as far as like the time put in and doing it, like I've been doing this as long as them. I've been sitting back like,
Just chilling.
yeah, I'll get them the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been thinking that. Like when we used to frown upon battle rap. Battle rap used to be a ain't nobody battling. I'm trying to get a deal. Like that used to be the thing. I'm
Yeah.
working on these songs. It's like ain't nobody got time to just be back because there wasn't no money in it, But
Who's your Mount Rushmore
a
of
battle
battle
rap,
rap? It could be anybody. Just don't say it's battle rap.
Dylan. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. It shifts sometimes because it's like for me, it's like certain people won't be on and certain people be off.
Well, right
But
now.
like just
Who would you say?
overall, just like you got to throw the Murder Mook, the Loaded Luxes
Okay.
in there. Uh, for me, what I like personally, I would go with a Tay Rock,
Okay.
and if I had to throw a girl in there, it would be probably Miss Hustle.
Okay.
But
Even though
Jazz the
you
rapper is good. Yeah. I mean,
do
even
you
though
because you did beat him like anybody, you'd be like, I beat your ass. Like,
no,
where's the
because
takedown?
I'm not feeling worried about, I'm not scared of them. Like I know if I'm not prepared, then it's a chance I could lose. Like if I'm not on my game. But it's like content for content, style for style, rap for rap, and
Right.
just smarts for smarts. I'll bet the house on me against anybody. It's just
Where like, he just
I mean, for me, I believe that she had a battle a week prior to that, and then like when you trying to cram a lot of creativity, and then just not taking nothing away from the Battle Academy, but the week prior battle that she had was a bigger platform, probably more money, and a bigger name. So she probably felt like that was the
focus on
more
that one.
important occasion. And then, you know, she's like, I'll smoke him, because I'm not that notable. She probably ain't really think too
That's
much of
a
me.
big loss to lose to somebody that she thinks is not notable for to take that out any type of time right now because she's already
I mean, her
successful.
legacy is so much etched in stone. It's just gonna be fans that it's people that still feel like she won with the choke. It's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah. So
Does she
you
still want to
gotta
battle?
I mean, no,
Or
she don't really. I mean, she don't seem bitter about it. Like she knew she messed up. Like she felt bad. She apologized afterwards. She kept it honorable. But it happens sometimes. And I knew what it was. She was just trying to, what I mean? And then, you dealing with somebody that, like when you come in my home, I'm gonna have just as equivalent of presence as you.
right.
So it's not like you just rapping against some ball that don't matter. Like, people gonna embrace me, especially here. So like when you like a lot of them stars, they fan bases don't follow them everywhere like that. If it's not hometown and everything.
Do you
So
feel like the hometown has an advantage?
I mean, like maybe for the in the room feel, but once it's on tape,
Mhm.
you get to analyze it. it's like a lot of things that, like when you in the building live watch, you can't be grasping everything right there in real time because it's a lot of inadvertent distractions that's going on. You trying to roll the L. You wondering where your man at. He went to get a drink and shit like that. You looking over, making sure the chick over there. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of things. So it's like you in and out, and then you getting the validation from people who are somewhat paying attention. You like, what, oh, what'd he say? Oh, yeah, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you go back home, you get a chance to really like analyze it, rewind it. Like, yo, I didn't even know he said that. And you get a different gauge of the battle. So maybe for the live watch, because certain people have the type of fan bases where they just gonna cheer anything on,
Okay.
you know.
Take somebody like me that don't go to these matches.
Okay.
Tell me what I'm gonna expect. Like, give me three quick things. Like, you gonna expect this, that. Maybe five if you want
If
break
you
it
go
down.
to a real good card, because a lot of platforms be bullshit, but just to sum it up, if you really go to a good card, three things you can expect is great high energy. You got to expect to be on your feet.
Okay.
Somebody might be kind enough to, accommodate a seat for you. You know what I mean? You
Yeah, I've
being you
seen it.
being fired, somebody gonna recognize you. Yeah, I mean, it's different. But like if you just a random person, just you know what I mean, yeah, you definitely gonna be on your feet. So you definitely gotta be, hydrated and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just you're gonna be tired. You gonna, yeah, I mean, you just gonna want to make sure that you ain't
Is
sluggish
that
and
why everybody be they be like,
oh, because
yo,
certain bars just hit
they
people
be getting
different, so they probably be like, "That was crazy." Battle rap fans are weird.
they be looking aggressive. Like they
Yeah,
want to kill
they
you.
it's rough
And
in there. It's like
they just like,
it's different crowds. It's like rock star crowds and shit.
right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's
I love
different
it
crowds
though.
for different
So much
people with
history.
different genres. Battle
Okay, what
rap
else?
got their own genre of crowd, so
Mm.
it's people that's really like in there really waiting to listen to the craziest shit they ever heard in
No,
their
they
life and
fans. No,
shit.
they die hard fans.
And if you're not delivering that, you might see a mean face.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are delivering that, you might see an even meaner face. Like that's what I'm talking. Like it's weird how
Right.
they react to shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right.
Stay right there. You gotta hear some of the reactions that the crowd be giving off when they excited, man.
Right.
Like it's crazy.
Does it ever throw you off with
Me?
yeah.
No. Because I be super prepared and locked in and everything. I'm not gonna say I never flipped a fumble, but I never got to a point where I just like forgot my material and never could go on. And a lot of that be credited to me being a weed smoker and me be going cotton mouth and then tapping in the cadences where it's like, let me get that water. And then I get right back. But
Yeah.
I never
You
forget
throw it
my
off like smoothly,
yeah, I
right?
never
Yeah.
forget my shit. And
So
then I rap in the type of tone where it don't consist of me having to be
yeah, you're not
so it's kind of took in a little more it's more soothing to the ears.
so you saying you gotta, get your energy up, be hydrated, you can't be tired or nothing.
Yeah,
And
it's
what was the
gonna
other one?
no, I was saying you're gonna expect a lot of high energy. Even
High
if you're
energy.
not, for your first time, you'll probably be like, yo, they going crazy. I didn't even hear what he said. You know what I'm saying? But that's the energy that's gonna be there. And
What's the rules to like the battles? You can't do what?
I
Like
mean,
I know
you
it's a
can't
lot,
fight,
but you can't fight.
but you're allowed to look like you're about to fight.
Okay. What
That's
about
weird,
putting it
right?
in like face, like because y'all be getting close.
Yeah, but that's all part of the show.
Okay,
It
so
gotta look
that's a good one.
combative. It can't look friendly. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
So what about the bump she did? That's acceptable?
Yeah, that's cool. It's
Okay.
acting.
Exactly.
She wasn't trying to hurt me or anything. She was just trying to make that's they do that in battle rap,
Okay.
especially in today's time, because everybody has the understanding like, all right, we're putting on a show. It's
Mm-hmm.
not even really about wins or losses. It's just about putting on a good episode, if
Sure.
that makes sense.
Sure.
Because it's so objective. Everybody's going to have, you're never going to get everybody in the world to be like, no, unless you just like didn't say anything. And
Mm-hmm.
then it'd be one weird, it'll be like, man, just him standing in front of bull, he won. And then, I mean, it's weird people out there. Yeah. So it's like, it's always going to be different opinions on it, and because of that it's like it's
But
not
who rates? it? Does the crowd rate it, or
Just
is
an
it just
overall
everybody?
consensus. Like
Okay.
you'll see it. You go through the comments. It's like, yeah, Prezzy one, Prezzy one, Prezzy one. Then another weirdo. Hustle still got it with the choke. Prezzy one, Prezzy one, Prezzy
Mm.
one. So you kind of just gauge it off of the
Off of the
ratio.
crowd,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then, the crowd is one thing, and then the playback, the utters, the internet,
But
people covering it.
that's after the fact. I'm talking about there. Like,
Well,
how
they
do they say
they don't normally they don't you won.
they don't do it right then and there?
No, not because, like I
Wow.
said, it's a different level of attention. So it's like it's almost unfair to gauge it right there unless you really just like locked in, and it's like
That's
it's one of those
crazy.
type of. No, they don't judge it right there unless it's a judge battle. It's been times where it's like, all right, we betting money. It's money on the floor, so you got to get three random judges just to
Okay.
pick, and then still people still be feeling like, well, he won in the building, but I won on tape. That's a thing.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
that's crazy. He
Because
went
the
on the
gas
tape.
and the cheering, and depending on what type of person you are and how much they embrace you,
Mm,
that can seem like it's going in your favor. And then when you go back and listen, it's like he really wasn't saying nothing. The other dude, I didn't even know he said that. They wasn't cheering for him, but that was crazy. So people come up with their own opinion
their
on
own
how,
opinion.
I try to give it an equal balance. I try to understand that I know it's going to be people watching. So I
Mhm.
try to cater to the higher up literature driven people. Like, I know it's going to be people that's paying attention to my writing skills. So let me kind of disguise my intricacy on the build up
Okay.
and then land it on something simplistic. That way, the overall, the in the house crowd could
So it's
understand.
strategic. It's
You
very
gotta be,
strategic.
because it's like you ever get around them people that just think they so smart, like they think because they smarter than you, they better than you.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the moon and the stars and the this and the that. It's like I don't give a fuck. It's a battle rap.
It's
Like,
a
tough combat. You know what I'm saying? But because you read this book, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
right.
people that got that. So it's like it's different ways of gauging it,
Do
just to
you
sum
think
it up.
that if wasn't doing battle rap that you I know you said you were doing things before, but the battle rap kind of took you off.
Mhm.
If you wasn't doing a battle rap, do you think that you would be as successful right now?
I would like to think. I just think that it's an energy and timing thing. So it's like if I wouldn't have did battle rap and I would have just stuck to the music, maybe an opportunity would have came with music that would have had me on the same. Because I don't really feel like I took off. I mean, I feel like I'm getting
You don't think
compensated. I just, I'm just staying grounded. I'm not trying to let, what I mean, I'm just looking at
okay.
it like, you know what, I still got work to do. It's just like right now, this is cool, but it's not enough for me to be like, I'm quitting my job and everything. We done. You see, I'm lit now. You know what I'm saying? Some people fall in that.
Job.
What would it take? I mean, because right now it's like it's not like I got to battle week by week or whatever the case may be. So these be occasional. It's like I might have a battle this month, and then 2 months down the line, that's not enough for me. I'll have to be getting paid thousands of dollars in between time, like for each joint, knowing that I'm taking the time that I'm taking off, just to make sure that I don't have to go to work. Because I made 20,000 this month for this, and then I got a next. Yeah, it's cool. It's not life changing, but if I'm doing that every month to just rap one time a month, then I could quit my job.
Right.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it's like I'll be.
That's yeah, I mean, I live up 20 for a couple months. No, you can't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm just saying. Okay.
Definitely. There's people that's it's income tax time right now. It's people
Yeah.
that's about to live off that for the next two
Okay.
months or
Good.
whatever, and then back to reality.
Think about when the rappers, and I'm not gonna just say about rappers, but rappers in general
Hmm.
start telling information and things that is not supposed to be. We call that snitching. So like when you start saying, is there like what line is that when you start saying, and then you shot your boy, and I heard about what you did last week. How far is that like snitching? Because like I mean, because
A
sometimes
lot
that's
of these guys
still
snitch on
snitching.
themselves. But like I said, it's acting, so it's like it's theatrics. So it's like I don't want people to think that a lot of these guys not really talking about their lives.
Mhm.
They just selling the image.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that
Some
everybody is. No, some of them come from real experience, and then you could tell based on the depth of the like how detailed certain bars are. Like some anybody could say, I used to sell crack when I was little. But then you got other people that be like, what you know about 12 skinnies and 5/8 and I had to do this and do that, and it's like, all right, you could
Detail.
tell that's a, you know what I'm
That's some
saying,
detail shit right there.
that's something he either had to see right there or
Right.
like he even experienced that. But like, you know what I mean, you could tell who's what, but for the most part all you doing is emphasizing your character.
Mm.
Like, so even if you was a jail guy, you probably was just a dude that just like, had petty crimes or whatever, you went to prison, but you gonna come home and then and for battle rap you gonna seem like you this real crazy ex-con guy. You just gonna, exaggerate your character just to sell it for the
Right.
sake of entertainment. But then
Okay.
after that, everybody go out to eat and it's all fun. And, you know what I
It's
mean?
like
Some
why not?
people have tension because they touch on certain topics and do certain things that cross the line. And then, everybody got the ego where it's though it's like, I can't look like a bitch
Have they did
or I
that to you
can't do
before?
it. No, I don't, I
And you ain't
don't,
never get the one
ins-
like, yo, I ain't like what you said.
no,
No. What
no.
you think about Oskino and all them like going back and forth with that? I ain't like what you said
It's
and this and that.
unfortunately hilarious. That makes sense. You know what I mean? It's
It's funny
unfortunate that,
though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's unfortunate to,
Unfortunately,
because, yeah, it's unfortunately hilarious. It's like I can't help but to watch just for the sake of the laugh, but I'm not proud of
what's
what's
going
going
on?
on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like just and these
It,
guys are
do
from
you think
Philly.
they really like come and squash it? Like remember back in the day they used to have like, you know,
I think people try, but like you got to think about who it is. So it's not like this two kids like new kids doing it, and then like where they would be the ones that stepping in. These are the
the
OGs
OGs.
of the city. It's like who gonna step in the middle of
Who
this?
gonna step with the
Wallow,
OGs,
like
right?
who gonna step?
No, okay, never
I'm
mind.
not saying he can't, but I feel like
No,
for who Oskino and like
the
yeah,
high heads they be like, nah.
it's not like Wallow gonna be young Bo and like it's not like he gonna be
But they
OG and
respect Wallow.
like but it's a lot of people that generally just probably telling, oh yo, don't crash out or yo Garcia, don't do this or go for that. But
Mhm.
they already got their minds made up, and I don't see a higher ambassador that could. Will Smith have to come down with a pile of money. You know what I'm saying? No, but I'm saying hypothetically speaking, because I know he won't do it like
You know
this.
he won't.
He's not going to bring them both together with like 4 million. Like, listen, man, let's make a move. We about to do this and bring Philly together. That would be good to see, but
Yeah,
it would
shit.
take somebody in power like him and
To
with the
change
type
it.
of influence that he have, the worldly influence, not just some Philly shit.
What's
Make them both see bigger than what the fuck they about to do.
what's the misconception of press?
Of me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really hear too much.
What do you think people might be saying?
I don't know. I don't concern
You don't know.
myself. I just really would make me cool about like I don't really like bother myself and trying to think about because like I'm at the age and I have an understanding like you're not gonna please everybody. You're not for everybody, no matter how likable you try to make yourself be. That could
Mm-hmm.
drive you crazy. You trying to please everybody. Like, bro, it's like, what are you doing?
Right.
And I understand like the more haters I get, it means that I'm doing something to give them a reason to hate on. Because don't
Mm-hmm.
nobody hate on somebody that's just not
That's
doing
true.
nothing. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? So it's like it's flattery in it for me. So I don't let it bother me
Mm-hmm.
because then it'll be a devil trick and then I'll be, addressing certain shit that I shouldn't even be addressing. I
Yeah.
don't even have to worry about it. So I don't even think about it to have a brain on it to be like, wonder why he feel that way, and then go address it. Cause I'm one of the guys that want to know. Like I would once I put my mind on it, I'm going to want to know. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, it's like I just feel like for me to be in my best creative space, and shout out to OG Benny because like he's the guy that like argue and do all the yelling and stuff for me. I didn't ask him to, but he understands what type of person I am, and he just want me to be in the best space that I could be to just be great. Everything else that come my way, sometimes I don't even see it because he deflected it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told the
But you
motherfuckers,
need
get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
you
So
need
yeah.
people.
Yeah,
The
not
bad
even just
guys.
him, not even just him, my whole team, even Showtime Dime, like you, all these guys, they would come to my defense, and some shit don't even get brought to my desk because it's not important.
Because
And
you're the
then,
president. You're the president of HMO, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm the founder,
Okay.
you know what I'm
So
saying? But
what's like now? Because I know
I
you
mean,
was
Showtime Dime, he's running around. He done made a good name for himself. We
what
got
made you
HMO
leave TT though?
Techions.
Y'all was really ranting and raving it back in the
Because we
day.
older and everybody is crossing over to different endeavors and trying to establish different things. It's like it's not everybody is not just focused on like the
One
music
thing.
thing like how I would be. Like I was the for real, that music whole thing, like, everybody else like Dom wasn't trying to be a rapper. You
You
know what I'm
wanted to
saying?
dance, like you wanted to
Yeah, he
do
was a
all
dancer.
kind of
It was
things.
me that
Yeah.
was like, you know what, yo, if you did this, that could probably make that better. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
to give a reason to showcase that. Right now, you just like dancing all over the place. It's like you don't have no incentive and shit. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you entertaining enough that if you can execute this right, you can pop. And I done seen other artists similar to where we was trying to go with Prosper, the rich homie Quans and the young thugs, and you could barely understand some of these guys too. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, shout out to them, but it's like they don't come off like as comprehensive as like somebody with a good dialogue. A lot of shit you be like
What?
swallowing milk. What the fuck he say? You know what I'm saying? One in the chamber, like Will. All right, I thought his name was Chamberlain, but
Uh-uh.
shout out to Thug, man. Like,
How
Thug.
would you describe your style?
Um, I'm just easy going.
Easy
You know what
breezy.
I'm saying? Unfazed, unbothered. I don't feel like I gotta growl at you.
No.
Like I'm too cool for that.
Has
I'm just
anything bothered you in the music industry? Like, cause I know like you have the battle rap and you have the regular rap, right? Is there
yeah.
something that you would want to change?
I mean, like me being older, I just start being more appreciative of life, and I understand like if this is what God wanted me. Sometimes I be thinking like, damn, do I even want to be a millionaire? Do I want those problems? You know what I'm saying?
Admit you are.
Do I want to, not have my friends around? Like sometimes, a lot of the guys that I came up with, they still around me, and it's probably because I never was at a point where I was like rich and famous and things like that. We done all had our good times, bad times, highs and lows, but money was never a thing that could make anybody look at like, oh, he acting different now. So it's like, I
Have you
pride
gotten rich
myself.
since you are doing this?
I
Like you
mean,
getting the buzz from fame?
yeah, but not really, it's like 50-50. Like I anticipated. So I already know, like I said, I'm not like a kid coming out. I
Right.
didn't experience things before and I didn't seen how things go, even if it wasn't through me, through other people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like certain things I just anticipate and I understand everybody not gonna make it. Some people gonna get caught up in perception and think more of what it is. And I anticipate all this, but I don't really demonstrate the type of activities to give people a reason to be like, oh, he on some
Some
different
people
shit.
have to though. They still be
Yeah, I
like,
know, but then I don't worry about those things. It's just
right.
like some people just gonna weed themselves out on their own.
Because even though I'm out of the way, they still be like, Fiyachick and new. I'm like, damn, I'm over here. Like, because they think that once you have a place, they think you're
Right.
supposed to be out all the time. Like, no, I'm trying to maintain this mother.
I can
You
imagine
know
it's
what
like that for me, but I don't let it bother me because I anticipate it.
I'm saying? You know, it comes with being the boss.
Yeah, just living life and shit and just trying to be great. And I don't like to look at myself like I'm somebody's boss. I'm just like that's my aura because I'm a great leader and people trust me.
Right.
So it's like
Okay.
in order to be a good boss, you got to have good leadership skills and you got
That's
to be
true.
somebody that people are willing to trust to even take orders from because it's not like I'm demanding you to do shit. I'm suggesting something and a lot of times it'll get good results so people trust it. It's just
Okay.
based on, how they seeing how I carry things or whatever. And I try to keep it honorable. So
Right. What's the big gas? I see you got the merch on and
Mhm.
everything. What's that all about? Where did it come from first?
So already know we our labels name Hold My Own or whatever. That's me, Dom, HMO, Meal Ticket, Mother Smalls, Techion, HMO,
Oh,
Poppy, Murder Mommy. I'm just naming everybody because they probably watching. Yeah, so that's the gang and everything. But when I stepped in the battle rap, Chuck Montega, let me not forget
Montego.
Chuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got a crazy family, and we all still rocking. Yeah, he's still around. Everybody, I could,
I
it's
thought you
all.
were spazzing.
Yeah,
I was like, what's going on here?
he
You
never
know, where
was
you
a guy
going?
to. I can't even justify it right now. No, but with the so we got the HMO thing or whatever. But when I started doing the battle rap thing, shout out to OG Benny because me and OG Benny we was on the label together, me, him, and Mill. Before we established HMO, I was a part of this local label around our way called Who's Next, and it was ran by this guy named Bumani and his wife Nakia, right? And during that time, they signed me. And then, my cousin Mill and then OG Benny was already on the label or whatever. And we was touring, going to different places in the tri-state, getting our music out there. They even got us on Power 99 at that time. We went up to a little segment they had on Power 99 called Hometown Jams, Michael Dredd and Uncle O. And this when MySpace first started.
Oh my
Because I
God,
remember
my
when we
space.
went up there and then they was like, yeah, you got your MySpaces? Me and my cousin looked at each other like MySpace. Oh yeah, y'all gotta get your socials up and things like that or whatever. They was
Mhm.
suggesting that we get on our social media and stuff. That's how long ago it was.
Wow.
So we already had a song on the radio that you could call in and request
Mhm.
around that time. So we would get people in the hood to call them up, get the song played, things like that for a little short run. So we had that success. But I met OG Benny around that time. I know I gotta sum it up, but like we ain't seen each other in a while, and I gotta catch you up to
What's
certain
going
shit.
on?
Right. But you know, when we did the battle rap thing, he
Mhm.
had this line called gas station clothing, right? So he brought me in the battle rap because he was working with the academy, and when I told him that I was interested, he was kind of giving me the play by play of how to go about it. He already knew I was nice, but he didn't want me just being like a frivolous battler, just battling with
Doing
no
anything.
reason. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I had him manage my battle rap endeavors.
Okay.
Through that, we started getting people to gravitate to what we had going on, and that became Gas Gang.
Oh, okay.
So, me being one of
So
the
that's
front
separate from
runners,
just
yeah, that's separate
HMO
from HMO
and everything. Okay.
because they don't do battle rap. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But like Gas
Yeah, I
Gang,
couldn't see
it's
that.
me, Jers, Hop. You might seen C Cash, Jim B. Dot. Certain characters that battle rap, and them guys do music too, but they got their own situations going on with their whole music thing. But
Mhm.
as far as battling, the Gas Gang brand is that's what represents
Now,
this. So
I know y'all have rules and everything like that. You can't go to another battle rap league like URL and do anything with them.
yeah,
Can you?
yeah.
You
We
can?
currently I've been
Oh.
I've been doing
I
URL
didn't know you was
battles.
doing URL stuff, but I didn't know like if you stopped here and then you went over there
No,
or
so what they got is the thing called the Crucible. Normally, I wouldn't have did this. I've been offered the Crucible twice before I actually went,
the
and
crucible.
yeah, so that's like a tryout thing, and they basically do that to just kind of see who can make it through the ranks, who's strong enough to,
Mhm.
for them to be putting this investments in, and then all these things like that. So it's you know, like a just a
It's
beginner thing.
experience.
Just yeah, because they done you. It's easy for them to just like come out the sky and just be like, we gonna make you a
You.
star. And then it's like when they build that person up and put that machine behind that person, and then that person decides to go do
It's like
something else.
a label somewhat.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know, because they put the money into you and they
Hmm.
nurture you and put
Right.
you together and then throw you out there and then it's like,
Exactly. Well, that
okay,
that that's not for
so
like everybody, so to
right.
speak, but like the way they trying to protect their investment, they got this crucible type of phase where they picking certain people that they know is credible enough to be. They don't want to just take a
Exactly.
chance and this guy be a fluke or anything like that, and then they wasting money and everything like that.
So
So
so when after you get picked, like if you do get picked, then why you can go over there?
yeah, well, I mean that's in the plans. I shouldn't really be. No, we should be good. I could, but like yeah, I got the
Okay.
call
Is
back.
that the goal? Is that the goal to go over there?
I mean, it's something that you could check off the list in battle rap because that's like right now the biggest platform
Okay.
to be on.
Why not stay where you are?
I
Because you are
I'm
there.
not leaving. I'm just
Why not stay there and just blow up
that's what I'm with
whatever
though. I'm with trying to make where we at now equivalent to
to
what
that?
Smack
Okay.
is. But it's still a good thing to check off your list in battle rap
Right.
if you get the opportunity to do it because
Right.
it's more fans, more eyes, probably more money, things of that nature.
Right.
But that don't mean that you have to abandon where you come
Right.
from.
Absolutely.
The people in our league suggested that we do this
That's
because
what I'm
they
saying. That's what we
understand.
do.
Yeah, because they building us up so we can be bigger. That don't
Okay.
mean that we can have to abandon them. Now, of course, they're gonna take a chance and hope that we're honorable enough to use that stardom to empower the platform that we came from.
Right.
That would be the
So there are
reciprocation.
contracts and everything.
Yeah, I mean, certain people, you know what I mean? Like me, me, I definitely need a contract in the play just to protect with because
So
their
you want to go on.
obligations. Yeah, like I know what I'm gonna come do, but I need you to be on point with what you saying you're gonna do too.
Right. Is it different battling the females? Do you have like a little bit more are you a little bit more softer with them or you don't they
Well,
all
she was
get
the
it?
only female that I battled, and she like bro in persona, like so. It's like it wasn't like I was battling like
I mean
a
in
girly
general, like
girl.
if
I
you
wasn't
battling
battling you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that would
But
be
I'm just saying, do you have the same energy that you would with anybody else with the females? Do you
as
is
far as
that
professionalism,
yeah.
yeah. As far as content wise, I'm a little
So we
more conscious.
should do.
Yeah, but I know that she could withstand that because
Okay.
she's a brolic. She's more has more of an aggressive demeanor than I do. What the fuck she going? She's not gonna be mad if she bumped me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't do none of that with her, and I wouldn't have because like I'm
Mhm.
still a man. She a female,
Yeah,
but she's a vet. So I don't. The shit I was saying to her was nothing compared to what's been said to her
I'm
before.
sure. I'm
People done
sure.
talked about alleged personal shit with her and everything like that.
Mm,
So it's like shit that I'm sure that she ain't want. Everything else I spoke on was public information already. People
right.
done teased at it already. I just revised it and made it to
Right.
my humor.
Is there anything off limits?
I mean, it all depends on the battler and with some people are open book. I don't care, and other
Right.
people
How
like
would be for you? Do you feel like is there anything that you feel like nah that's you going too far? If somebody did say it, that would be it. That's where you draw the line. It's
the
probably
thing
no more
is, the
cursing.
thing is, I'm more understanding of what we got going on, so I'm going into it like I know that they could say anything, and then this is what I stepped into.
Okay.
But what I be more worried about is the people around me.
Yeah. They gonna
So it's
take
like you can't just say anything to me, even if I'm like, no, man, let him live.
right.
My brother may come from over the crowd and be like, you can't just, you know what I'm saying? So it's
But
like,
then they would mess up everything. How do they take that if somebody does come
yeah,
over
but
and do something? Does it affect the match? Do you get the
absolutely.
spotlight?
You
Wow.
probably not get your back in if you
Wow.
initiated it and everything.
I
So
mean
it's up
them.
to
I'm
you.
talking about them, your people.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
It's
I would
still
I would take the loss,
right.
and depending on how tragic the situation is,
Mm.
somebody may go to jail. Something, who knows? I don't know.
They ain't protecting the people in there?
It's just all about, yeah, it's security and everything like that. I'm just
No.
saying you got to just be somebody that has you got to be able to control your folks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody that's coming in there
Can't have
understand for
people in
me,
there.
they like,
Yeah.
look, you know what I'm saying? This guy might say this, might say that. Like I battle news and this was false. He just made this up because his homie messed with a girl that grew up on my block and that knew me and my first baby mom. And she was speaking highly of us, but because he got the info of my baby mom name and everything like that, he kind of used it against me, which was smart. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because nobody's saying you got to be accurate. But he
Nah,
was
that's
like, your
crazy.
baby mom named Mother, your name Jamar.
Oh
It wasn't
wow.
even nothing super duper like intricate. It was just the fact that, oh, how he get that information? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No
So
wonder.
he kind of made a moment with that.
Do you think that the people that do give the information, I mean, I know you said that they're not always accurate and you don't really go off of that. Do you feel like they don't like the person, or is it just they just be trying to feed you stuff just because?
Yeah, it's 50-50. Some people just
50?
don't like people, and then some people like to sit back and watch messy shit or see
Yeah.
what type of influence they got. They might be trying to mess up the person that they giving the information to.
That's
You know, it could be a sabotage for them. So you just can't trust it or whatever.
that's crazy. But I listen, I learned so much today. You
But it's a
definitely
soap opera in battle rap, man. It's like all these things makes the content that's being spewed and what we listening to.
mm, listen, I don't know how you do it because
Because we can't just say we
all
can't
the
just,
time.
I'm not just gonna say and I'm gonna shoot you in every line and I'm gonna shoot you or I'm gonna see you shoot pull the gun. It's like at some point it's be like I seen you coming out Dunkin' Donuts. Like I gotta say something that I know applies and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's me not trying to say too much, but you know what I'm getting at. Like, you
Right.
know what I mean? Just to make it interesting because it's like how many different ways am I just gonna kill you every time?
Right. Slaughter you. I know people ask you who's the biggest match, but who was the weakest?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Uh the weakest match.
Like, man, yeah, I killed you, destroyed you. It was easy. The easiest one. Say it.
It, it's probably I'm trying to think that anybody choke like hustle that I battled? No, it probably was her because she choked.
Progress artist.
Not based on what I think she
No,
would have
it's just
said, but
like
because of her performance and the unfortunate situation that happened,
mm,
it would probably be her because she didn't really get to get her material out. So for me,
right,
that was just like a walk. And I went first.
right.
So I went first, got it over with, got those butterflies out the way.
Did you do would you give her a rematch if she won? But I know you said she doesn't want probably ain't thinking about it, but would you?
Yeah, yeah, I would give her a rematch. Yeah, especially if it's going to insinuate some more money. If people want to see that, like, no, we gotta see that because Hustle fucked up last time. I'm like, all right, well, what y'all paying?
Right.
You know, I'll use that as leverage, but she already get paid a lot of money.
Right. So it's like she could get paid a whole lot way more than
Yeah,
you.
she don't really need to battle me again, but if she really wanted to, then I'll find the flattery in that because I'm like, yeah, that must have stung her. Her
I'm
best bet is to her
I
best bet
lost.
is to act like she don't care.
Right. That ego.
Even if she do
That New York
care,
shit. Like
even if she do care, she know I'm smart enough to observe. Like, yeah, she
make that
felt the
money
way.
right.
She felt the way. You know what I'm saying?
Feel away. Would you feel away if you lost?
If I lost like that,
Yeah.
yeah, but to me, I would feel a way about me because it's like I
But you
should.
want to get that lick back though. Like you want to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
would too.
yeah, yeah. But it all depends on what space I'm in. Me now, yeah, because it's like but like if I'm her, it's like he got that. I don't need to revisit that unless I like get a stock spurt. Whereas though it like makes me equivalent or bigger than her, then I could see her. I gotta get my lick back.
Right.
Like if I'm like to the levels of like the biggest people in the game, then there would be a reason. It would be incentive there.
Do people recognize you like when you out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Like, yo, you from this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just at the like getting my hair done at the spot, and I was talking to the barber about getting a shape up after I got my hair done, and then the dude he was cutting, he was like, "Yo, I be checking your battles out, man." Yeah. It was love though. Like I don't feel no way of it. Like I
Have
said,
you
I
like in that point where you've been like I've been to the doctors before and he was like fire shit. I was like, fuck. Like have you ever been like in an uncomfortable
in a place
situation and
that I
people
didn't expect.
and somebody know yeah
Yeah, in the market.
in the
I
market?
went to the market. I was with both my baby moms. It
Both
was funny. Yeah.
both of them.
But they cool.
Are they cool?
I
Okay.
mean, it's about the kids. We ready. My
Oh, that's
kid,
right.
my oldest son is 19, and my youngest son, he's
But
6.
they 19. Oh, like why
But because we was going to the market. It was probably an occasion or
19?
something.
So he grown.
No, I mean this one. He wasn't 19 at the time.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying my oldest son is 19 and the margin from my youngest son and my oldest son is like it's not close. It's not like my first baby mom got it when I got with my when I had my other son, she had other kids with another person and everything like that. So
Right.
in order for this thing to work and everything, no don't nobody need to have unnecessary tension.
Yeah, you got any advice for like dudes that are trying to get it together with their baby moms? Because it seemed like you worked it out.
I mean, I never really had no issues. I mean, we had ups and downs when we were together. You know what I mean? Speaking of my first baby mom, but once we decided to separate, that made us stronger as friends. We were younger trying to do it and play house in another person's house. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
That
mm.
don't work. You know, trying to play house in my
So
mom and dad
hurtful.
house or her mom house and everything like that. We had to establish stability and things like that to execute that the way we did it. You know what I
Yeah, that's
mean?
real work.
We had, my son, but then, I was still chasing goals and doing things and wild shit, cheating and stupid shit like that or whatever the case may be. I wasn't ready to just, yeah, I admitted it to her. And
That's
then
what's
that's
up.
that kind of like, because I can't live in a lie. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I may tell it just for the sake of not wanting to hurt you.
Mhm.
Like, if it was up to me, like, I'll just tell the truth all day. But I
What's your
know that
sign?
Leo, you sound you sound disturbed. You had a bad experience with
I would
Leos.
never tell Leo. They are horrible, but you like you speak like a Leo though.
What Leos would you what you had a
A mess.
July Leo? I'm an
Yes,
August Leo.
July
I'm an
actually.
August
Oh,
Leo.
okay, maybe that's
I don't know the difference. I'm not
what it is. You know,
superstitious. Yeah, yeah, I'm saying.
they be a handful though, but so far you
Cause,
seem like
Cause
though.
you're not the first person that said that to me.
They
Like
be a
people
lot.
ask me all the time, like, yo, what's your sign? I'd be like a Leo. Leo.
I
It's like they
know.
surprised
Cause
that
Leo's is things about me. I'm not it's attention whores.
you think so?
Respectfully. Yeah. But you
Oh,
don't seem like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you
I
just
know a couple Leos that's like not tense. Yeah, I don't even be caring about being seen. I'd rather be the fly on the wall. Leave me alone. I don't do all the look at me. I'm eating pancakes this morning and
Yo,
shit. Like I
but
don't
I'm
do that.
saying that's do you have any advice for any new up and coming battle rappers?
Uh, just don't bullshit with it. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Don't get in it in this thing like, like if you're gonna do it, really like, take the time and try to be good, be creative, be great,
be
work
great.
on your performance, and don't get discouraged if you're feeling like, oh, I'm not being compensated so soon because it's a grind, and some people don't understand what insinuates compensation.
Yeah.
It ain't even always about, oh, I beat 10 people. It's like, but you only showed up with one person. That don't equate to this. So
Mm,
it's numbers. You only put up 130 views. That don't equate to this. So in order for you to insinuate, you got to strengthen other things. You got to influence people to come out for you and show up to these things so you could have something to leverage. Be like, yo, I had 50 people here. If y'all charging 50 at the door and I got 50 people here, how much do I get? You know what I
yeah, that's
mean?
how people think too. They be thinking of the other money that's not their money. You know what I'm saying? How
Well,
do
it's
you
not about their money, it's with the money that they influence. So it's like if you got
right.
me on the car and I'm showing up with 30 motherfuckers,
True.
you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for all the money,
But
but
they
it's like
counting that though.
I'ma ask you how much do you think out of that should I get?
But isn't that already established?
I mean, I'm just saying that's the leverage that you would that's how I would gauge it for me. That's how I've
Okay.
been gauging my situations. I had to show strength in numbers on my own.
Right.
So it's like sometimes they'll attach you with somebody that do a lot of numbers, and then the person that don't do numbers like to be like, "Oh, look, I did this X amount of views." Nigga, they her
Mhm.
numbers, they his numbers and shit. But
Right.
I had to do things where I show my own strength, and I had to throw events where I like, see, I made this money, I did this, so I could show my own worth. Like, all right, if we don't give him no money, somebody going or he either gonna get it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. What do you apply to like from the battle or you apply from the regular rap world to each world? Like how do
Just
you do
staying
that?
trying to stay original, trying not to be because a lot of people will push their fears on you and make you feel like you need to be somebody else, so what they
Mhm.
feel like the epitome of whatever the craft or genre that you in. It's like let's just say New Jersey Twerk, for instance. Like he's like a high ranked battler right now. He
Mhm.
probably like, he's like one of the most dominant battlers. So like I'll hear others like, yo, you gotta do like, you see how Twerk be doing the strapped in? you got to do some shit
Gotta
like
do
that,
that.
dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they gonna want to see that. It's like, no, they gonna want to see me.
Because you got your own style.
Like, yeah, I'm me. Everybody has if everybody's being true to themselves, everybody should be them. Like, everybody have their own style. But you get lost feeling like, let me rap it like this because my man said this would twerk do, so I'm gonna try to do that, and then
Following that
you'll get
trend.
lost. So I pride myself at feeling like I'm not compromising me, who I am. I'm the same person I am in the studio when I get on the battle rap stage. It's just no
Yeah.
beat. You know what I mean? I'm not acting like a different person. I'm not coming in there doing anything different than what I would be in normal creative time.
Because they told me that too. They be like, well, who are you when you get off? I'm like, I'm the same motherfucker when I'm on. Like, I'm the
Exactly.
same person. But some people do have that, like, that's how I am over there, but this is who I am. So I get it, you
Yeah,
know.
if it works for them,
Yeah.
that's cool. I mean, maybe that's them. I mean, some people got multiple personalities and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
Or some people don't mind. Some people are people that act like other people. They don't have no identity for themselves. They just live life doing everything that everybody else do.
Mm.
I want that because Jay-Z did it. I'm gonna eat that because Cardi B did it. I'm gonna do this because, and I mean, who are you?
True. You
You
gotta
know what I'm
find
saying?
yourself
Some people
first.
live life like that where they not them. They everybody else. So, you know, if you imply that in battle rap, it's okay for you to take a little bit of his style and take that style and do that. Like, you
Yeah.
just
As
a
long as you don't take it and become that person, like you said, that makes sense.
it's gonna happen though. Like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna, that's just
Yeah.
what it is. Even
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant tried to play like Mike a little bit.
Mm. That's true. He did.
He's still Kobe though.
He's
Still
still Kobe.
appreciate him for Kobe, but you could tell Mike had a lot of influence, and there's nothing wrong with people
No,
having
definitely not.
influence and you being inspired by certain people. Like, damn, if that's what you feel like is what it is that validates for you, then it's
Mhm.
not wrong. Just don't emulate it.
Right.
Don't try to emulate it. Just being
Copy take the whole thing.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a big thing. Have you ever done anything and it didn't take off like you thought it was?
I mean, yeah,
Like
music.
it did hit. No, I'm talking about like when you drop something, like you drop a bar or you drop one of them some punchline or
Oh
something
yeah,
and
like
it
on
didn't
like
take off.
saying better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I done had things that done went over people's heads where like I anticipated them to grasp it sooner, but
Mhm.
you could tell it's like it got to register
Mhm.
because there be so many different nuances or layers. Or I done said jokes that I thought was gonna be funny, but it really didn't land
Didn't
like
land
that.
at
But
all.
you can't look like you're bothered by that. You just got to keep it going. That's
Mhm.
what being a star is about. It's like having
I agree.
confidence. It's like everybody's not gonna go for everything. Jordan don't hit every shot. He not gonna be damn man. And then just not get back on defense. He gonna keep playing. You gonna forget that he even missed the shot because he gonna make it up in defense or something like that. So that's my analogy to that. It's like everything you don't get the bucket every time. Like everything that I say and everything like that, it ain't. I count my stats though. When I'm battling, I be like, yeah, I was like 90% from the field.
I that's
Yeah,
great.
like I was like, 90%, 85.
I
That
love
didn't
it.
hit. They probably catch that on the replay value,
Mm.
but on
But
the
they be
first
breaking
watch,
that shit down. They be like, yeah, and he said this. And I was like, oh, I said, damn, they be analyzing
it
the
get
hell out
it
of it.
gets tricky. I
No,
mean, you did
it's
some
true.
MCing in your day, so I know you understand the son.
But I think it's dope how so involved they are, even with the whole podcast and just analyzing it. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
so
fun
deep.
thing to do. It's like
Yeah.
puzzles. Like I said this in another interview, but like I like to think that like because it's all art, so it's like I try to. I don't write my stuff, but if I feel like if I did, I could scramble it up on a piece of paper, and then you could put it together as a puzzle. Because like the my patterns and everything, my word associations, it's like all in cursive, so you'll be able to identify which should go after and before what.
Right.
That's how I create my stuff. It's just that I don't write it down. So it's times where I gotta write it down and look at my art like, damn, that's crazy. But for the most part, I just I've been doing it for so long. It's just
I'm gonna tell you one of the misconceptions that I hear. I ain't gonna say misconception. I'm gonna say the misunderstanding or things that I hear about
Uh-oh.
the battle rappers, right? Because people have came on to like they hit me up in a DM and they be like, "Fire, I need an interview because this person will beat me for my money. Person was fucking playing with my shit." So it's really heavy in that world, from my understanding, that these battle rappers are stinging people for features and shit. So like, what do you say to that?
Well, like they getting people to pay for features and
They
then they
paying up
not.
for features and not doing it, taking long, or just not delivering at all. They
Yeah, that's
can't
not
find them.
honorable. That's not honorable.
Yeah,
I'm not jacking that. I'm not with that. I wouldn't. You would never get that problem out of me. I never did that. So
no, I
anybody
don't
that
do
ever
it.
gave me a song or something and I agreed to do it, I got it done. I
Did you
mean,
see that guy? He did the feature and he was like, "Here go your feature, la 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 la, da 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 da." You ain't
yeah,
say
yeah,
that?
yeah. That was New Jersey twerk.
That's what
That was
I'm
twerk.
like. I said,
Yeah,
"Wow,
but
that's
what it
crazy."
was, well, I think the situation with that, in his defense is, I guess the dude was getting impatient
Yeah,
and I think dissed him or did something or said something disrespectful. So
he was like, "Fuck
in
it."
his return, he was like, you know what? Fuck this track. Or like with
Fuck
D
this.
Money and the Geechee Gotti thing and everything like that. Like, yeah, those things.
He said
That's
he want to battle you. Like, what's going on?
D Money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you ain't hear about that? He was
he
talking
say that
about
until I understand what type of shoes D Money be wearing, I have no interest in battling him. I
not the
can never
shoes.
identify his shoes.
Yo,
I
shoes got to do with it.
it's just I don't like his taste. No Diddy.
But
I
his
don't
shoes,
like his choice of.
shoes ain't have nothing to do with.
Yeah, I look when you first meet a person, what's the first thing you look at?
I mean, me myself, I look at their face, but
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, that's the obvious thing, but like after you over that, it's like,
oh, you looking at the shoes? Okay.
what
I mean,
what's
I
the first
don't look
thing you
at that because I could be a man could be coming home from work or whatever.
you don't know if they coming home from work.
No, I mean, you
You know when a
can't.
person is trying, to dress, but it's like,
But what did
fuck
you
you
say to
thinking.
me earlier? You said
Battle rap.
battle rap is doing the grimy and the
Yeah,
whatever.
that's why I
So
said
maybe
I'm
he's
here to
coming from
restore. Yeah, I know he's coming from that
that.
for sure and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
he
I'm
was
not.
chilling.
That's his thing, and I'm not even here to like. You just trying to insinuate a face off or something like that. D Money gonna pop out the back. Yeah, nigga, I told you. I ain't got time for it, man. Shout
Yeah,
out to
nah.
D Money. No, he's funny, man. It's just I don't know.
Nah, I'm just talking shit.
He
I know.
just battled K Walker and lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So what you
we.
saying? K Walker ain't up to your caliber? Like
No, I'm just saying like
he can't even
K
beat
Walker
K.
is great. I'm just saying it's like yo, you losing to these guys, and you're not giving me nothing to make me be like
Ooh,
I gotta battle him.
right.
I gotta,
You
yeah.
already
I don't
know.
even feel that way about Loaded Lux in them. Like he gotta see me. Like
I
I don't feel like they.
so y'all don't be caring. Y'all be wanting to battle anybody. I'll battle that motherfucker. But
Yeah,
that's
I
what
don't
your
want to
problem
battle
is.
anybody. I just want to battle whatever's gonna make sense. That's gonna, get
Mhm.
me. Like I stepped into this like not a person seeking validation. I stepped into it trying to see how I could get compensated.
I know that's right. Get your money. So you got the new music that's out, and
Yeah, I got a couple things I'm working on. I got a freestyle that I put out just to, calm and tame the music fans that be wanting stuff. And then, for me, the music, I'm in the space now where I'm not just like recording it and then throwing it right out. I'm trying to get my stuff mastered correctly and
okay,
do a project that I feel like I owe to myself that's gonna like that I really care about.
right,
Because coming up when you young, it's like you shuffle a lot of songs together for the sake of a mixtape, and like I
mhm.
really want to do a real good project from start to finish and
What's this
own
one called?
everything.
Title?
What my project? I'm thinking about calling it Legacy because I feel like right now I'm in my legacy years where everything I do it counts for what people gonna remember me from.
I seen you at Lady Sparks on that joint.
Yeah,
I
yep.
was like, oh,
You know Lady Sparks?
yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna have her up here, but you know how you have like these middle people, but I already know her, and I'm like, I really don't need to go through
I
you.
should have. I should
But
have. Yeah, I wish you
yeah,
would have said
but
something.
she's my favorites, her and Miss Porter. I like Miss
Miss
Porter voice.
Porter? Yeah, I'm familiar with Miss Porter.
Miss
I
Porter.
ain't do nothing with Miss Porter though, but I seen her. I seen
Yeah.
her, putting some stuff out. She always like stay in the mix and be at like certain events and stuff.
But somebody was supposed to connect it, and we really don't need no middle person. But
Yeah,
you know
you
how
could
you
just
be like,
reach out. You
you know how you
fire.
be, no, but you know how I have like that middle person, like, well, we're gonna come up together, and I was trying not to step on it.
Hopefully they see this and be like,
No,
oh, all right,
I need that person, but I just
man,
didn't
you
want to.
fire. You good, man.
And listen, I wanted to do the interview because I'm just like, yo, you taking too long, nigga. Like,
So
you know
did
what I'm
you
saying?
interview Sparks yet?
I did. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I could imagine. I can call Sparks
I,
now.
I don't want to overstep that other person because they want to come up with her.
Right. Oh,
So
the
that's
other
why,
person?
yeah. So I'm just like,
Is it like
yo,
a
it's
male or
taking,
a female?
it's a male. And I'm like, yo, you taking a long time
Okay.
because I really don't, I can just do it without you. You know what I'm saying? You
Right,
can
right,
come
right,
up
right,
whenever,
right.
but like, you know how that middle person is.
Oh no, you just have to see how she feel, and if she feel like this,
I'm sure she want to do it because
man, I'm about to call yo Sparks. Yo, get up here. Fire need an interview, man. When you available, man. That's the sis, man. That's the sis, son. I love Sparks, man.
who do you think is next upcoming out of the female
Sparks.
part? I do too.
Yeah,
I like Spark.
it's a lot of girls out there that's doing their thing. I fuck with a
Yeah.
lot of them. I mean, but like lately and shit, like Sparks is like gang, so it's like of course I'm a root for her. And then
Mhm.
like of course the people murder mommy and things like that, but murder ain't really been like tapping into the music too much. She been doing other endeavors, fashion and everything like that. And then she be behind the scenes doing other important stuff that's
Right.
essential to what we got going on. So she plays a very big part. Shout out to Murder Mommy. But just as far
Yeah.
as like just rapping and what's going on, yeah, I'm Team Sparks right now. And
Team
then it's
Spark.
other people out there like shout out to Uptown Mulu. She
Mhm.
got some shit. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she
I've
got
seen
a
her.
she got a radio show on Glockaway Radio. Shout out to them. So
Oh,
like
she do the radio too. I
yeah,
thought she was
she got a show called The Hardest Bar. She be having people come up
okay.
there, rap, showcase their music, things like that.
And see, that's the thing, like, cause I was an artist too, so it's like when you come from rapping and then you trying to do radio,
Hmm.
it takes away. Like for me, I wish I would have never kind of got in the radio because I probably would have been rapping
Right,
still,
right, right.
But it was like once you get in here, it's just everything happens so
You become
fast.
an advocate of everybody else's
Yeah,
artistry.
and then it blew up because back then it wasn't a lot of radio. You
Right.
know what I mean? It wasn't that many shows like
Mhm.
podcasts and stuff now.
Right.
So it just took off so fast
Right.
that next thing you know, I ain't
I
been in
get
the
it. And
studio
then
or
next
nothing.
and if you was emphasizing on the rap, you'll be competition for certain people and things like
Still
that.
come out and do something about
Yeah, but I
once,
like what
but
you did as in the transition because it ain't like you just like isn't I don't look at it like for you it's just like oh I'm just radio like you done did other things and gave other people opportunities for them to advance and further their career so you could have put that
yeah.
into you could have been rapping on the joint you know what I'm saying.
Mhm. But again, like when you're doing multiple things, it's like, oh shit, like trying to divide that time up and have the energy to do that and
I
time,
understand.
you forget, like, oh shit, I ain't even been in the
Like
studio.
for me for instance I took a long time just engineering or doing behind the scenes stuff like
Hmm.
I wasn't even like pushing my music like that. I was worried about everybody else's shit.
Cause you,
Yeah.
cause you had that boss mentality, that like that.
I was trying to
Come on,
strengthen our team or whatever
yeah,
because I didn't want it to be just me.
yeah.
I
And
didn't
so
want to
was you
be.
the one that pops off the most to where you cool with sitting back? You like I can sit back and chill if I want to,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
you
it's
trying to
time for
impress everybody
everything. And
else.
then I had a lot of unfortunate situations. I was on the run for 7 years from dumbass crimes and shit like that. That when it finally did catch up to me, I realized that it wasn't that deep, and I just was
And then
like
your
disappointed
parents
in
went,
myself.
right?
Yeah, my mom and
Your
dad.
mom.
My mom, and then 2 years later, my
Yeah.
dad. Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, life goes on, what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it was tough because it went like we was expecting it like that, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of
Mhm.
hit out of nowhere. My mom was doing the COVID time she didn't have COVID. She had lung cancer, but they were so strict on the visitations and
Yeah.
just going to the doctors that you had to practically have a bullet in your head to even go. So as she was
Mhm.
talking to her physician, you know, she was explaining what she had going on, and they thought it was like some diet shit or something else, like or whatever.
Diet.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she was just explaining her circumstances or whatever. I remember my dad telling me that she was running it past him, and it was around COVID, so things was it was just a lot of
Yeah,
shit, and
COVID
she was
was
scared that she
crazy.
had COVID, but when it finally did catch up to her, she had like passed out and
That
start
was it.
what I mean, it was crazy, and then cancer stage 4, and my
Oh man.
dad he had uh stroke and shit.
Mm.
So it was just like, everything just kind of, but like me being, a believer in God, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit back and slap God. I know God did everything for a reason. Everything is done for a reason. And I know they in a better place and everything like that. So all I could do is just keep doing what I know they would want me to do. And I feel like they got me right now, you know what I'm saying? Because it was when my mom died when I was like, you know what, let me do something different. I ain't gonna sit here and just be like, I mean, I know my mom she'll probably be like, man, get up and go in that damn studio and do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I
Well,
didn't
you
live my
doing a lot
life.
of good moves though.
I'm
I mean,
trying,
it seems like it anyway. I mean, you might not think you doing well, but I feel like
I
you making good
I mean, I don't
decisions.
feel like I'm doing bad. I
Mhm.
do. I appreciate life. I wake up, pray. I'm thankful and everything like that. And if this what it was, then I hold it at the highest regard. I don't look at it like I don't get caught up on the gram no more and be like feeling like I'm missing out because I see this person vacationing or this person wearing this and that like that.
Mhm.
Like I'm not at that space no more. Like I'm so thankful of just being alive and being here for my children and having somewhere that when my kids wake up they see mom and dad, excuse me, and then things like that. So that's what's important to me. Everything else is just like none of this shit you could take with you.
So, relationship wise, what's going on? You single or you
No, no,
married?
no. I'm with my kid's mom. I'm
Okay.
with what I mean. Well, my youngest kid,
Like
not my
yo.
oldest son. What I mean. But my youngest kids. I'm with yeah. Shout out to Jazz.
Okay.
She probably
Is
listening.
she a rapper?
No, no, no.
Okay.
And I take my hat off to her because like she really gained a real tolerance for the way I gotta move with this
Oh
shit
yeah,
because
it's a
you
lot.
can imagine a lot of insecurities come with this shit.
Yeah, because I would never date a rapper.
Why not? And you are an artist, but why is that? What's your fear?
It's not really a fear. It's just because I'm already in this business. I know what it is.
What is
I
it?
know the
Cause
bullshit.
I'm in it. So
But
I'm
you
in
know
it.
the
And
bullshit.
she deals with me. It's a lot
I
of bullshit that
it's
come with it.
shit, and I know like it's mad niggas trying to talk to me all day long. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
whoever
But
is
even
with
without
me,
rap, it would still be the same way.
that's true. It's even worse though.
Even at work, even at
True.
anywhere. Like that's just gonna be who so it's
It's just
like
it's just a lot that comes with it. And then it's like the up and down of it. You definitely have to have that patience and
it's just
sit
all about
there.
faith.
True,
It got to be a trust thing there, where it's those
true.
like, yo, and then
You in
sometimes,
your business, and I know
yeah.
for me already going through it and being in it already, I think, plus I've dated like
Put it
celebrities
like this:
before.
I'm
It
more
didn't work out.
successful as an artist in a relationship than as I was single. It's a lot of
Yeah.
distractions that come with being a single man
But that
in the
makes sense
game.
though, because you focus on
I got
what's working.
stability, so I'm going
Right.
home. I'm not out doing shit I shouldn't be doing. Risking my career and doing
But it
things
took
that are
her a while,
sabotage shit.
right? It took her a while to understand that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
even with
it's,
me, you have to be able to have thick skin with niggas trying to talk to me or
mhm.
niggas, trying to be
Right.
funny.
Well, that's
Like,
just coming with having a right, somebody being
doing
in the
extra,
mix, everybody know. Yeah,
yeah,
I understand.
doing extra shit for no reason. But that's up to me to like block all that.
That's what you
You know,
that's where somebody in entertainment would be good for you because they understand that.
no, I tried
It's
it.
it's the people that's not in entertainment be like, I don't why is he doing that? It's like, yo, that's his image. You don't know.
Plain dude.
I mean, that's ain't nothing wrong with
Like
that.
without no, because I've dated, like I said, I've dated guys in the music. I've dated celebrities. I actually
Right,
dated
right,
two
right,
celebrities,
right,
and it was a lot, you
right,
know. But back then, I didn't give a fuck because I was like, I'm just having fun.
right.
But like, when you're trying to be with somebody serious and you're dealing with a celebrity, nah,
Mm,
it's a lot. It's a lot of bitches, it's a lot of
yeah.
drama, it's a lot of lying.
No,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I can
So,
imagine
you know,
life,
and
but
then even with me, you gotta have thick skin, like I said, because these niggas is thirsty. They trying to get on. They trying to
right,
think I'm gonna help them get on. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So I understand that too.
No, but that's why I
So
say I take my head off to her because she, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's like, because for me, this when my Leo shit kicks in. Like,
Oh,
sometimes I be wanting that cheerleader, but
right.
I appreciate the fact that she don't look at this shit the way everybody else is Joe over it. Like, she not Joe.
See, that's what
And
I'm
that's what
saying.
balance shit out because it's
That's
like
what
if
I'm
she was
saying.
Joe, then she'll probably be trying to stick her nose in business that I
You
ain't
see what
even
I'm saying?
warranted. Like, yo, it's like, why you,
But
you know what I'm
see, she
saying?
dealing with somebody that's not in her business. That's what I'm saying. That's why it worked out okay for you because she could fall back and be like, I don't care about that shit. Like I like those dudes that don't care about none of this. Not the ones that's like, you interviewing who? Who you interviewing? What you doing?
Right.
Like all that thirsty shit.
I
Like
understand.
even when I date dudes, I don't tell them that I'm in radio. You crazy? The whole shit
Why
changes.
not?
No, because you want them to. I want them to like me for me.
That's like me trying to tell a motherfucker that I don't do what I do.
But
It's
see,
like,
that's part of the reason why sometimes guys, the girls be wanting y'all for y'all money and everything else because you so quick to tell everybody what you got.
no, I mean, because like I take me and her for instance. When she met me, I was doing what I was doing, but I wasn't like a rich nigga or
I'm saying
whatever.
like if you had money and you had this and snap, right? If you flaunting it, then girls want it.
No, yeah,
Not
that is,
I'm
yeah.
just in general,
But
like
yeah, but like
you know,
we distinguish who those people are now, especially for me at this age. It's like,
yeah, for you. But if a woman see you got a nice car and all that stuff, she'll be like, oh, he got a car.
yeah, it's a
Oh
form of
yeah.
stability, and she probably
I,
tired of taking it. It's a form of stability. It all depends on where she coming from. If she looking,
listen,
she probably catching the bus.
when I see a dude with a fancy car, I be like, damn, I wonder how much that car payment cost. I'm looking at that shit.
Right.
I'm like
So that
the
means he have to
bill.
have some level of, finances going on to support that type of shit.
Ooh, yeah.
No, you looking at it in a different
Like,
perspective.
yeah, that shit probably like four
That shit
bucks.
probably a hassle. Yeah, I know them brakes is crazy, dude. You know what I'm saying? I. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I get it though.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, look, it's like, because I don't showcase my family on the gram and everything. If you look at my activity, it's nothing
I
but
know you
music.
was
Every other
your
occasion, like a
Instagram was bald
birthday,
headed. You know what I mean? It was bald headed. They ain't had
yeah, no signs of.
no
But
signs
like I
of
said, I don't unless it's some action according to what I got to present. That's all I
mm,
show.
no, that's
I
cool.
used to back in the day in Facebook and shit. Like, look, me and my son going to the store and shit like that. But then it's like,
Do you feel
this
like
is just open.
if you did, do you think that it would stop? Like, I don't know if girls is on you like that, but do girls be like, oh,
No, because
I
when
need
girls know you with a girl, they be on you more. They don't be
true.
caring.
That's true. They
Right.
do. They
That's
want
all
more.
it is a validation. Like, all right, he must know how to fuck because it's this bitch with him. Yeah,
I
yeah, the
agree.
girls think different shit for different reasons, or he must be worth keeping because if I mean, all that does is validate whatever they thinking already anyway.
But they may say, oh shit, he faithful. He look like he
No,
faithful. He truthful.
they'll test you.
Yeah, they'll definitely
They'll
test.
test you, and if you ain't faithful, then
And that's what.
that's on her.
Mm,
That's on your chick and shit. You know what I'm saying?
mm, mm,
You
mm.
know, I mean, you know how it go.
You
So
said
you
you know.
know, I mean, I'm pretty sure like come on, man,
Yeah,
like you in the
yeah.
game, like you know how this shit go. You
Listen,
done seen
gotta be
thirst traps
careful
on
out
both
there.
ends. You
Gotta
done
be
probably
careful.
had girls throw it at you and men.
Oh yeah, you know what? It's crazy. One time, I had
One
an interview.
time.
Listen, okay, well, it was like two that I had here. I had an interview here, and this girl, both of them was trying to trap me here, and I was like, "Yo, well, I mean, the interview's over."
Yeah.
They
Cause
did
they
not
see
want to
you
go,
was
and it was like
knocking shit down with that ass all walking through shit. It's like, yeah, I don't see try to prolong this situation.
They was trying, yeah, they was prolonging it. I had to call one of my friends like to come up here and you know what I mean to
That's funny as shit.
yeah,
That's
because
hilarious.
like you don't want to be mean
Yeah,
or
they'll
like
test you.
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be mean though. Like, look, y'all
Oh,
ain't
I
gotta
was
go
mean.
home. Y'all gotta get the fuck out of here.
It was
You know what
just
I'm saying?
weird, you know what I'm saying? And they
Of
was
course.
telling me like, yeah, we want this threesome, we want, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't
So
got
did
no,
you give them a reason to think that you was with that? Or they just tried to spring it on you?
yeah.
And you was acting, was you pushed back and shit? I'm trying to, because usually when people do that, it must have been something you said or something that is like, when y'all ain't talk about no topics that they, all right.
Because like I'm
Yeah,
respectful. Like
yeah, that's
she
weird.
was here,
That's weird.
and I was like, trying to involve her and stuff. I was being nice to her, but they had already talked about this shit. And so they was like,
They was
yeah,
trying.
we talked about it, and I was just like looking at her like, you okay with this shit? Like this shit weird.
Yeah, three people with that shit, man.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Especially if
listen,
they
no
come
respect,
across
no
them.
disrespect to her because she was pretty and he was nice looking, but I'm just, you know what I mean? It wasn't my thing. And I was like, yo, get up here now. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get my friend.
Some people just don't know how to control themselves when they see, like people be
Mhm.
so in lust and so crazy. It's like, yeah, they'll say anything or make an attempt to see how far certain shit could go.
I guess they got an ass, I guess. Like they say it don't hurt the ass, but nah, it was like, no.
I mean, well, look, that ain't, that's what goes on. But that don't mean that you can't be with an artist or somebody in
No,
entertainment though. You
I
just got to find the right person. That don't, because now you
that's what they said.
depicting. But she
Get
not like,
over
she
that.
turned up and she got her group of friends and things like that.
Yeah, but
And this is what I'm saying. It be a hassle
it's a hustle.
because it's like every time I'm leaving, it's like, you know what I mean? Like
Why you
it,
gotta go? Like,
it's
how
just
long
like,
is
it's
it?
just always, it's just, yeah, it's like, how long the interview? It's like, God damn, I ain't even get in that motherfucker yet. It's like,
What?
damn, well, she home with the kids and shit. It's a
You think?
school day.
Oh well, yeah.
Nah.
Why not?
I got stair step children. I got a baby. I got a 6 year old. I got a
Okay.
15-year old, and my son
Yeah.
he got his wife.
Like,
No, no,
they don't
no. It
mind
wasn't,
with
it
us.
wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she know I'm active. Plus, I had another thing to do and everything, so I'm bouncing around. I'm fresh from work. I'm stepping in. Yep, switch up. Clark Kent back out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I respect that. I love the women in the fact that they gotta put up with all y'all shit. But
But
I can't.
but this the thing. If I was in a space where the things that I was doing wasn't bringing some level of compensation back, then it'll probably be harder for me
Oh yeah.
because at that point I'll be gay in the household. You just with your friends all day, amounting to nothing. What y'all doing over there? It's like that's the insinuations you would get if it's no money coming.
Yeah.
If I'm going out, I can't go support my man's and then come back broke.
Yeah. When you got money, it changes like here,
Yeah, it's
you
like,
know.
and then
But
I don't have a cash app, so everybody got to send the money to her cash app. I
oh,
just
so that's even
That's
better.
a
So that's what
tactic for
you like.
me. That's a
Yeah.
tactic for me
Now
to
why
like,
be quiet? Cause be like, okay,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah, just send it to my wife, John, and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Then when I gotta go do shit, she knows. It's like, yo, first off, and when your money come to the John, you don't
Right.
be on that. So I gotta rehearse. I gotta do this. You want me? Just send the money back then. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Exactly.
that's my leverage, but it don't normally go like that. But she
Yeah.
do get, pouty sometimes and everything. And I just credit that to just, it's a crazy world out here. Shit be going on. She always on no gun zone and all them Philly joints where shit be going on. So she be
Yeah.
seeing shit. So
Yeah.
I just
It's
look at it like she just want me to come home and
and then
be,
just
back.
be
You know what I'm
regular
saying?
sometimes. I get it.
But she know girls be on thirst trap shit. And then, I ain't got the cleanest record and shit like that. So it's like, I'm
Well,
still trying to regain
but you get
the.
older, so you hopefully matured.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I
That's
mean,
good.
I look at it like
But
this.
me, I can't deal with the rappers and DJs and hosts and promoters and that's too much. Because I'm already I feel like both of us can't be like still grinding and
Accessible,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah, because I'm
ultimately.
already coming home crazy hours and now you coming
Right.
home. It's like somebody gotta be straight.
Exactly.
Somebody, like one of us. But even when I did have a man, he was like, yo, when you coming home, like what the fuck? Like
Well,
you
I just
gotta do
realized I
one thing.
realized that anybody that's trying to chase their dreams, it's
Mhm.
gonna be the same shit and the same thing. It's
That's
like,
true.
I
That's so
mean, like if she wanted to, like my girl, she do like decoration party shit. People call her to come decorate her shit. Now I come in the house, I'm stepping on balloons and shit all going. You know what I'm saying? Like
I can see that too. You
her
like
shit when she get a project, the whole house is at stake.
right?
I'm just trying to come up with this shit. I ain't even using pencil and
Are you
paper
helping?
and shit. It's like,
Right.
oh yeah, I'm
All
helping.
right.
The fuck? Like I gotta help.
Right.
She blowing up balloons and making crazy joints and shit, big ass joints and shit. Who got the baby? The baby trying to sabotage shit. You know what I'm saying? My son running through the house and shit or whatever. My
Right.
teenage kids is not involved at all. That's her thing.
Right.
Like my daughter don't come out the room and shit. She just, you know what I mean?
Chilling.
You know how it is when you're a young teenager and shit. Like,
So we're gonna get what you gonna do? You gonna spend some or you tired? Did I wear you out yet?
I mean, I
You
sent the
want a good
songs. I
song?
figure you could play some records or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. I
I
ain't
think
want to come up here and Cosmic Kev it, throw a beat on and all that. Give you some battle rap bars and everything.
like maybe a quick second. We don't want to give them everything. You know what
Oh,
I
that's
mean?
cool. I mean, whatever you got.
You gotta remind them who you are. Gas boys, remind them who you are. Trap boys, remind them you a star. Exactly. You gotta remind them who you are.
Look, sometimes you gotta remind them who you are. This ain't no Prezzy shit. I gotta remind them who Jamar is. Roy Summers that sometimes I grind up out the ball. Real rap, I had lines, but this time it's not a ball. I'm from the regular streets of Philly. It get violent where we are. You could run your mouth today, then you could be silenced by tomorrow. Still was living for the day. One thing about trying to see them all. We were just saying it to get paid. We were just trying to see them all. Niggas is different from the popo. One trying to see the law. And the wind making out dope, bro. One trying to see a law. Me, of course, I was on the verge of trying to be a boss. If a nigga say he battery, well, probably be in charge. I was in the mix of things. I was just trying to beat the odds. I was just shooting to the moon. I was just trying.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, I was
okay.
running on that.
You was
If a
really
nigga think he better, he would probably be a battery, would probably be in charge. I don't even think you caught that.
no, I got it. Like, I was watching the tongue flip a little bit. That's what
Yeah,
I was listening to. I was like,
I gotta show off some technique and shit. You know what I mean?
that's the one you just did
Yeah,
over there,
yeah,
right?
yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we're gonna get
What
it
else you got?
deep inside.
Oh man, this for the ladies.
Actually, like I was feeling this one.
Oh you played. All right,
I
so
was
this
feeling
not
it.
your first. All
No,
right,
I mean
yeah.
I just listened to
Yeah,
part.
deep inside the womb. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, she ain't got the choose, yeah. See, I got the moves, yeah. And she don't follow rules now. Deep inside the womb, yeah. Deep inside the womb, yeah. Oh, let's get it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, she be in the nude, yeah. She like, do you want a quickie, babe? Believe I'm in that mood, yeah. She see I'm on the move, yeah. But seemingly in twos, yeah. Cause I know that that pussy stay wet. No need to get the lube. Now once I hit the ooh, yeah, I know just what to do, yeah. See, I know it's a quick heat, but trying to keep my cool, yeah. See, I know I said I had to go, but I don't want to come too fast. Gotta make sure you get yours. No, baby, I want you, man. You got the type of loving that when I'm gone, it make me want you back. That's why I brung you shoes. That's why I brung you bags. That's why I brung you dues. You the reason I run through cash. It's like I'm the one you school. You the reason I come to class. But if you was a teacher, it's best said. You'll specialize in sex ed. Got the best sex and the best head. Got me feeling like less wag. But never been a fool. That's why I go deep inside it. Although sometimes I want to sleep inside it. Things we do and we proud of it. She ain't got to choose, yeah. See, I got the pool, yeah. Just trying to cater to the ladies. I was lusting, probably.
Leslie.
I probably was scrolling and seen a thirst trap and then was just like thinking in my own mind or something like that. Who knows? Oh, I don't know. Probably something wifey inspired. Who knows? I
I
don't
like
know.
how you switched it.
It could have been a plethora of things. It's like, like just because you're in a relationship, see, it's unrealistic to not act like you can't be attracted to something else. It's like you think I'm thinking in my mind that like my woman don't. She ain't a fan of somebody. She don't like Chris Brown or somebody out here. Like you think I'm like naive to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like no,
You got eyes. You still
exactly
look.
and
That's
shit. Like I could tell by how she watching Queensman all day and shit. It's like, yo, you familiar with that show?
A little bit.
Queensman,
Yeah.
Eva. Yeah, yeah, that's her shit.
You watching reruns?
I don't know I don't know what
Yeah, that
season
show
it
was
is or whatever. I'm just saying that's a show that I know. I know she go back and watch sometimes or whatever the case may be. I done walked in the house, Queensman on. Fuck going
you
on?
don't
And
watch
shit.
TV.
Me? Yeah. Oh,
You
I watch a lot of TV. How you
I,
think I come up with these references? You
I,
gotta be somebody that's tapped in.
in the media. He's now outside. So that's
Oh,
what
I
I'm about.
balance it out. It's like it's therapeutic for me. I mean, I'm a fan of you hear my content. You hear
I
me
be watching
referring
for people's
things.
problems. I be like, damn, my shit ain't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I watch things that I'm, comedy, stand-up comedy, sports, like regular shows, dramas. I'll throw Law and Order on. Like I watch it all.
So this one is CC.
All right, so this is Cheesecake Factory. This is me and Lady Sparks. Now her verse is second, so you might have to let it run just for a little bit. I know you ain't want to play the whole joint, but I wouldn't mind if you played this one in full because this is a good
So
joint.
nah, can I help
Yeah,
get that?
we about to be shooting something for this. It's gonna be. You should come to the video. Speak up. Big gas. So did you hear this one yet? All right.
Yeah, hope is blasphemy. They ask for me without the bag for me. All this cash for me. Spinning like MJ, who bad as me. Oh, you mad at me? Cause all you got some dick, some Applebee's. Fit be lucky, I ain't think you better. Cheesecake factory. Don't embarrass me. Like I ain't him, fuck with your baby daddy be. The audacity. Cause I ain't him, tell me who your daddy be. Yeah, exactly. The accuracy. Better know how to act with me. When I speak, don't be turning your back to me and be talking all back to me. I'm talking on God, she on demon time. This shorty a blasphemy. She said she could teach me a few things. She thinking she got more class than me. Now I ain't no college nigga, so she probably figured she got too much ass for me. But as for me, I plan on sending her home with a couple of ass she need. Now she mad at me. Cause all she got is some thick some Applebee's. Cause the head game was on point, but that pussy was trash to me. Actually, it was just mad at me. It's one a tragedy. But I gave you the type of dick that in return you should be giving some cash to me. So don't stop playing with me. Like I ain't got 4 or 5 bad bitches after me. You think you bad? Well, you ain't bad as me. You should pay that tab for me. But it's cool, cause I keep that bag on me. So these hoes try bagging me. I'm trying to go grab the riches at the baddest bitches. Well, you just raggedy. I just blasphemy. That's for me without a bag for me. All this cash for me. Spending like them J too bad as me. Oh, you mad at me? Cause all you got is some niggas some apple, please. 50 lucky, I ain't take you to the Cheesecake Factory. What is blasphemy? They ask for me, but I know that for me. All this ass for me. Feel like Megan, boy, who bad as me? Be mad at me, cause all she got. Y'all ladies sparks, man. Sis, what up? If he take you to the Cheesecake Factory, sparks. She ran this too. I can never be side down. Ride around with my top down. Designer stripping from the top down. We will never be the same. I be turning niggas that be on my top down. Came a long way from the bottom now, bitch, looking for the top down. Before a broke nigga shoot it up, that's when he get shot down. Last nigga lost his mind till this day, still not found. Pull up, playing my shit, let the bass flood, let the block drown. It's ludicrous how we disturb the peace, but Philly never been a shot town. Just the fields of void, I come through pumping that Illinois.
Yeah, she was running that.
Yeah, she ain't fucking around at all.
Uh,
How did
uh,
it come up? Like, how did y'all come up with that?
well, like when they made them lists and they was like the top places that's like be whack to go to on the date or whatever girls list that was, and like Cheesecake Factory was at the top, Applebee's, all these places, these cliche places, it was supposed to be a no. So me coming up with it or whatever, I was trying to do something to cater to that whole thing because I thought that was hilarious. And
I sure enough go to the cheesecake factory.
yeah, me too. Me too, but I'm just playing off of the regard that they held it at, like they don't like the Cheesecake Factory. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's like the best place in the world. Don't get it fucked up, but it's like it was funny to me that I seen it on the list along with Applebee's and a couple other places that I know me and my family love. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, God dang, nobody going to no crazy 5 stars every day. So, I was just, mocking that whole notion. And, I wanted it to be diverse. Like, what can be said in a girl's perspective to this or whatever? I need somebody that could fit the
Why
persona
Sparks though? What made you get her?
because she fit that boss talk persona. She was going to be sexy and aggressive and talk her shit and everything like that. So I knew it was going to be. And I heard her tapping like the type of, like, you hear how I was rapping on there. Like, it wasn't like a easy type of execution. I was really like, I was really, you know what I mean? And I heard her tapping the shit like that before on other records where she was like rapping in those pockets and everything. So I needed somebody that I knew was going to be able to execute, like hearing my verse and then knowing how to, she comes off much more broad than me. Like her presence is just as equal, you know what I'm saying? So I needed it to carry. So I felt like she would be perfect for that, persona wise and vocal projection, everything like that. For let's leave you get shot down. Like everything she was saying just
Jump
fit
right
with the
in. That's what it
exactly.
is. Jump right in.
Had bars, had the flow, had the presence, and visually she'll fit the look because she's gonna make it look entertaining. And then me and her having the rapport we had, we like bro and sis, so it's gonna look fun. The video gonna look fun as shit. I'm telling you, I can't wait to do it.
I can't.
It's just gonna be
I like
hilarious.
collabos, especially
Yeah,
with
you
females.
should pop out to the joint. I'm gonna let you know when the date is, and if you could get a cameo in it, that'll be love. Ain't no real see, man. I'm gonna keep you posted.
And then, y'all know I be doing my stuff.
I'm
So
saying it right here. Ain't no last minute. We on here now.
yeah, but I'm talking
I don't
about
have a
you, like
date
tomorrow.
established. No, 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 no.
Nah.
It wouldn't, dude. I would, cause I know what type of video. It ain't even gonna be like no 1 day shoot. This gonna be like a good joint. So we might shoot certain scenes 1 day, and then I might have another designated day to get other things in B-roll like that. So I'm gonna have to make
If I knew,
reservations.
if I knew my people was still there, I could have had you come all up in the
You about to
cheesecake
pull a clout?
factory. Yeah,
Yo, hit the
that's what
cheesecake factory up. No, but I already foreseen. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a couple reservations and
yeah.
shit. Fake cliche date just to get these scenes and everything like that. But that's why, like I said, going back to wifey and everything like that. See, you know what I mean? Like a normal situation, a lot of people's, better halves when they'll be apprehensive about
Mm-hmm.
these type of things, but she's comfortable. And plus, like it ain't that with like me and Sparks especially. So, you know what I mean? She don't have no reason to be uncomfortable about it. But just me being able to exercise these abilities to do these songs and bring the visual together is like a lot of girls would be intimidated of that type of shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Damn, I know all this
Yeah, I ain't get no alarm, no notification. We'll be talking all night, man. I ain't been here in years. This gonna be like a 2 hour pop.
It ain't stop. It ain't stopped yet. Because it was only supposed to be 40 minutes. But anyway, Air It Out Radio, it's the queen of internet radio. Prezzy was like super pleasant to have. I mean, like, listen, I could have talked to him all night long.
Yeah, I'm a
He
little
really,
saddened that we gotta wrap it up and bring it to
I
it. And but it's cool because that means we could have another one, a
we
continuation.
had to catch up. It took forever, but like, I'm glad,
Yeah, man.
because
No,
you was
listen,
the original
we
Air It
going
Out.
we gonna shoot this vid and we gonna come back up here in a few weeks and talk about
He
it
said a
and
few
have
weeks.
sparks. Yeah, I'm back, man. I'm not playing, man. I'm in this joint, man.
All right,
I'll be here next week if it was up to me, like once a week. But I don't know how often you do this, but it's like, yeah.
I mean, I do my interviews occasionally, but I'm here pretty
Yeah,
much every day.
listen, man. You gonna see my face more and more. All right, air it out. All the air it out fans, y'all gonna see Prezzy, man. Big Gas gonna be in here. Hopefully,
Now,
Sparks get up here.
you got work to do.
I'ma still
You
be get
got
that.
work.
That's that. Listen, but you know how much work we gotta catch up on, and then while we talking about that work, other work is gonna be done for us to
Okay.
talk about. Like so, we gonna have content. Don't worry about that.
Content.
We gonna make it entertaining every time.
All right. So Air It Out Radio, make sure y'all check out the website, airitoutradio.net. Make sure y'all tap into
I
telling
appreciate you having me.
them
Shankk Prezzy, HMO Prezzy on IG, Shankk Prezzy on Twitter. They the two main, I did down just Bigo. What's that? I don't even know it. Twitter and Instagram. Get at me on that. It's Big Gas. We in the building.
big guys.
Air it out shit,
Air it
man.
out.
I
The queen of
appreciate
internet.
you. The queen. Ah.